Hi guys, welcome to my show Spices and Tea. Today with us we are having my mom, Ms. Zaisha Mushtaq, an educationalist, an entrepreneur, and a fantastic person, and an amazing fashion designer who is going to talk about the world of fashion as how it has evolved throughout the years and how people like youngsters, me and you are able to connect with it so much. So let's start with it. So, Mama, how are you doing today?
Hi, Alina. I am good. In fact, very happy to be the first guest in your podcast, which is Beyond Words with Alina. It's an amazing moment for me because today my little bud is turning into a flower, launching her first platform, Spices and Tea. It is going to be a fun and all the way a fun talk which we are going to have today, and this is something which I have not done in my years of career, where I had presented myself in a fun way, and today is a day which I'm going to enjoy myself, and thanks for hosting me today.
So, Mama, how has the quarantine been for you throughout these days? It's been so good spending time with you for me. So, how it's been for you?
Okay, this quarantine is a cherished moment for me because 31 years down the line, I've been a workaholic. 24/7, I've been on the move. And this time, it had given me a lot of time to be with you. In fact, cherish moments with you. And also, another thing, what I have done new is I have opened my social media for the public, where I get to see a lot of new people, my well wishers, my friends, and very happy to connect with them, which I've not done through the years. In fact, giving live interviews on FB is another experience what I have, and I'm really cherishing it.
So, today's topic we are talking about is world of fashion. So, do you have any perspective on it?
Okay, for me, when I talk world of fashion, for me, I am world. My AFTT is the world where I go about with mentoring designers to go up to make a complete new world of fashion. Here, when I talk about AFTT, it is Academy of Fashion and Textile Technology. It's an academy which is based in Chennai, South India, where I am the proprietor of the concern as well as the managing director and well as mentor. I personally mentor my students because I always believe that the career of the students should not be in wrong hands. And for me, my world of fashion starts from there. So when I talk starts from there, when I have a student coming over to me, for me, the first thing which I understand is they are God sent. Basically, for me, it is a seed which I sow and which blossoms into the fashion industry. And I go about with making sure I give them the guidelines to build their career so that they become no amateur designers but designers with a name who share the platform with national and international designers. What makes me say this is I make sure my students showcase with, in parallel to, the top end designers of India and the world. AFTT gives them opportunities to do the showcasing with their own label. And that, for me, is the world of fashion.
So, Mama, I would like to go to the past. I would like to know why you were attracted towards fashion designing as a career.
Okay, to be very frank, more than an attraction, this was a pulling towards the faith. Basically, I was at home doing nothing after my marriage. My brother literally pulled me into an organization just to make sure that I spend quality time in an organization where I would probably learn fashion designing. That is way down the 90s. And this is something which I really didn't cherish because I thought it was supposed to be a tailoring course and where I have to sit on the machine, I have to tailor, because that was the mindset which we had during the early 90s. So when we thought fashion designing in the early 90s, what we used to usually think was, okay, fashion, okay, then we are going to have models walking the ramp. Then the models are going to wear vulgar clothes. That is going to be completely against our society culture. We are going to have lot of problems in the society. There are going to be tantrums thrown everywhere. This was the mindset what everyone had. So I thought, is it good for me to get into it? So that is when the calling came in, where the management of the organization which I was learning in wanted me to take up mentoring as well as administrating of the organization. That is where my calling came in, because I had this love for teaching and I love teaching. I love talking. So because of that one thing really attracted me. Yes, there was a lot of push and pull and trying to pacify parents, trying to pacify my husband, telling that yes, I'm going in for working, which I was not supposed to, because by God's grace, we were a well equipped family and earning was not the need. So literally, I had to tell them I'm just going for spending quality time. That's how I started my career. And basically, fashion was a calling for me from God.
So, Mama, every age group nowadays, like youngsters, adults, senior citizens, everybody are like into fashion. So, what attracts them towards fashion? I am not attracted towards fashion, so I don't really know why they are attracted towards fashion. Can you just please give a view on it?
Okay, now you're a bookworm. So everyone can't become like you, right? So basically, nowadays girl wants to be unique. She wants to look attractive. She wants to look beautiful, which you are not. You want to look intelligent. You want to look as in, okay, you have it all with you in your mind. So that's the way you look at yourself, whereas all are not like that. So, for today's girl, for her to look unique, she needs that foundation which she could probably achieve in an academy where she could probably learn how to groom herself as well as go about with designing innovative collections for herself so that she steps away from the mass. Because nowadays it is so difficult to make that impression, and for you to make an impression, your attire, which is your silhouette, would talk for you.
So, this basically was a roast on me. So, Mama, how would you differentiate between the old fashion and the modern fashion nowadays? As it's been a huge difference. Like you have been for in the industry for around 30 years, by God's grace. So, how has the evolution been?
Okay, when I started my career in the learning of fashion, that time, being from a city, Chennai, which was very conservative. So, when I used to tell people that I'm learning fashion, I was looked at with the weird kind of look. The reason are aliens during the 90s when I started off my career. But for today, there is a vast change where if you go to a street, there are a humpty number of boards which call them fashion designers. So that is the change, that's the evolution which has come in the span of 20 years now. Even if they don't have a foundation, even if they have not learned, they love to be called fashion designers, because today's world, a fashion designer is supposed to be very elite, a good attitude, coming from a very good society, glam, glitz, all completely wrapped up in one individual, and who is always looked up to. So that is what today's scenario is. So the way back 90s when I started off and what I am in today, it's been 31 years now, and there is a complete change of the way perceiving has been in regards to fashion designing.
So, in the similar way, you have done fashion shows throughout these 30 years. So, what was the difference between the earlier fashion shows and these fashion shows which are going on today?
When I started off my career, as in 1998, AFTT was framed. So, 1999 was the first fashion show which happened, which was Miss Chennai. And it was such a huge crowd then, because people really wanted to be in there to find out what fashion is all about, because as I told you, the culture was different. The way people perceive fashion was different. So basically the crowd there was 3,000 plus. And basically we started our association with Miss Chennai, which was organized by Vibha, which is Shobha and Vidya, by designing the complete attire for the contestants of Miss Chennai, where the AFTTians would go about with competing among themselves to bring out that creativity, which is a mark for me to understand how good I have mentored. So basically, I had put in this where I wanted to go about with making sure that one AFTTian competes with another AFTTian. So we used to have competition in Miss Chennai for the Best Fashion Designer Award. So that's the way I would probably bring out the best creativity from my students. So that was my first take as a platform in fashion show, which was Miss Chennai from 2000 onwards, to a very long time until we started off with other shows as well. And we are presently doing, as in, we have the Chennai International Fashion Week, which we have already done for many years from 2000 onwards. Then we had Glam Girl, we had, which was the Times of India event, Men's Trend, which I'm presently associated with, 6 Yard Kothir, which I'm presently associated with, Madras Kothir, which I'm presently associated with, and Mrs. India, which I've been associated with for a very long time. My associations with all my partners are basically, as in, since we share a very good vibe, it is when I have another show coming in and I am not able to go about with coping up with one show, I make sure I go about with having that show association for the next year. And AFTTians get an opportunity of at least around 5 to 7 shows a year. So one mention is this is a platform which the students would showcase their attire and the creativity and basically think beyond the box, so that they can create and also go about with building the complete frame of Chennai culture to a level which is understood that fashion is not only about modeling, it is also about dressing well. So we do shows, as I told you, we started off with Miss Chennai, then we had Glam Girl next show, we have done a Forever show, then we have Men's Trend, 6 Yard Kothir, Madras Kothir, Chennai International Fashion Week, then Mrs. India, to just name a few. And I myself, I'm a corporate designer. I designed for the Metro Rail's uniforms, the complete attire the employees of Metro Rails are wearing are designed by me. It's only that It's a corporate uniform, completely way different from the regular uniform, the regular wearing, because you have to think about a lot of functional needs when you do corporate designing. And I am a corporate designer as well, and also mentor designers so that they can serve the retail market.
So, Mama, what would you prefer that people think about fashion?
And then what do I prefer
Yes,
when people think about fashion?
yes.
For me, fashion is when it comes to my comfort zone where I am very much comfortable with what I wear. So basically, when you are comfortable with what you wear, naturally you carry out yourself as well as the silhouette very well. So that is fashion for me. The comfort is what is the need of the hour. And basically, to look smart in what you wear is the most important thing, where you go about with grooming yourself as a personality, as well as make sure people get attracted towards you by your presentation. That is fashion for me.
So, Mama, can you elaborate about your organization as it is one of the most profound institutions in Chennai?
Okay. Academy of Fashion and Textile Technology is my brainchild. And we started off in 1998, February 12th. That's my anniversary for my little one, which is my academy. So we started off then, and it's basically called AFTT. People know it as AFTT much better in Chennai as well as in the global market. And the time I started and to what I am today, I've been a person who has always been in the learning. So more than mentoring, I've learned to be passionate about my teaching. I've learned to be passionate about people. I've learned to be passionate about understanding AFTTs. So this learning of mine has made me come through the year to the year 2020, where in this pandemic also, because of this crave what I have for living, I always am a peaceful person. And for me, that is more important to live a life. And basically, from the understanding of what fashion is to me is, Aisha Mushtaq, I'm a very simple person. Fashion for me is the way I look from my eyes, listen from my ears, keep my mouth zipped for my quality of work to talk for me. When I mentor a student, an individual, it is not the individual who comes into my mind. It's the living back home. Usually I'm very attracted towards children. When that individual earns the money to serve food for the child at home, when the child eats, that is what matters to me. So that is something which I'm passionate about, which is blessings. So for me, every day is a new learning, and I learn and learn and learn because I'm a very good learner. So that is what my way of looking at fashion is, because fashion is in trend. Fashion is vogue. For me, fashion is this second of life, how I live it, how many people I try to inspire, how much can I do to the society, and from my end, that smile, what I throw to others, is gives that happiness in everyone's heart, and my AFTTians who are always there with me.
So, Mama, as far as I have seen, you have a good rapport with your students. So, can you tell me the secret?
Okay, I believe in one thing in my life. I was a very, very, very naughty student. What I mean by naughty is I was an outstanding student. So, standing out of the room because I was naughty. So, that naughtiness is still there in my brain. So, when I look at a student, I can imagine how much naughtiness gets into the mind when they are sitting in my class. So, what happens here is I put myself in that chair where they sit for me to understand, okay, there is a teacher who's going to teach. So, do I listen or I don't? So, what I do? I don't make my segments boring. We have a nice time in AFTT, but I always believe in this one thing. You love the teacher, you'll do anything for the teacher. So I make sure I use that charisma very well. So with God's blessings, yes, I do have a very good rapport with my students. I still have my first student who is in touch with me. And most of my students are, because they believe in me and I do trust them. I always tell them this. When you don't call me, I'm very happy because I know you're busy. But when you call me, I know that you are in trouble and you need that guidance. So I always tell my students this. Don't call me for an hi or bye, or I'm not interested in that. But yes, I'm interested in that one call where you feel that I would be there besides you, guiding you, not only in the fashion industry, not only in the fashion field, but also the way of living. So that's the rapport what I have with my students, and I really cherish it.
So, Mama, there is a surprising segment for you in the last, but before that, I would like to ask you, what is the ending quote you would like to give to the aspiring fashion designers?
Okay, for me, there's no ending. So, yes, we're coming closer to the closure of the today's show. So, basically, for the aspiring designers, live your wholesome. When you live your wholesome, the quality of work, what you put in, which is your creativity, is overflowing, and it will be overwhelming. So basically that. So never constrain yourself to a limit. Think beyond the box. Make sure you have your foundation, because that's very important. And if you have all that intact, there's no stopping.
So here comes the surprise segment. So I would like you to share your childhood memories regarding how then people used to dress you people up. Because as far as I have seen in the photos, I have laughed and laughed.
Okay. Now, my childhood memories when my mom dressed me up. She made sure that we all wore the same color. That was in trend that time. So that people recognize us as, okay, sisters and brothers. And if she had to do her Korosha frock, there would be one for me, there'll be one for my sister, with the same design, with the same pattern. It's only that the size would differ. So this is how our dressing was that time. Yes, my mother was very, very, very keen on making sure that we look unique. Yes, we were unique. Because we were outstanding, because everyone used to mark us, yeah, sister's coming. That's how it was.
So thank you guys for hearing for this podcast, and we had a nice time with Mrs. Aisha Mushtaq, my mom, who is an amazing person as an individual and a motivational person as an individual. So she was amazing in this podcast. So I would like to know from you, what do you think about this podcast?
Okay, now coming to the exact version which I really wanted to speak. I always believe that my daughter is my teacher. So basically, my well wishers, my friends, my family, my AFTTians enjoyed the audio showcasing, because here in 31 years, I have done live shows. I have done shows in Tamil. I have done shows in English, because English is, I'm very comfortable. But yes, Tamil, sometimes I make sure that I dangle here and there. But this segment of mine, I had someone telling me, you have to talk like this, you have to talk like that. So this is a broadcast. So you don't know how the broadcast is. So basically she wanted me to tell the truth. So I was like, okay, in 31 years, no one told me what to do. So I have my daughter here who tells me, come on, mama, this is your time. You have to speak so much. You have to speak so much. This topic you segment it later. Why are you segmenting it now? In 31 years, no one told me this because it was always my show. But today it was, yes, I have a teacher in me, a teacher in her too. And I really enjoyed the show. So to all the well-wishers, to the friends, basically my AFTTians, my loved ones, enjoy the show. Keep tracking. Keep streaming. Bye.
So that's a close for this podcast, and have a nice day.